Okay, good morning. Okay, we are going to continue our project. Just gonna wait us 2 minutes until a few more people can catch up. Okay. Oh, we're looking good. Are we ready to finish? So let's see what we have left from our project so far. I have one 8x8 page left here. I have a few cutouts, one of the 6x6s, one of the 4x4s, this little thing here. A few elements from this page I have left. The cutout pages, the front of this one, and this is from the 8x8. This cutout page, it's the back cover of the pack. And I have this entire page. I have this left for some cutouts, maybe tags that I can make. I have this piece, it's 4x4, and this one. Okay, whole pages, I left this one for the cover. This one for the inside covers. I have this one. I left it intact. And I have still some solids left. So that's my inventory. Gonna leave this aside because I really want to do something with this thing here. And I said this is for the inside cover, outside cover. So for the last page, I'm gonna do an envelope page, and I think, well, I will use maybe this thing. It's really all I have left, and I think that should be enough, really. That should do it. This, and this. Okay, this I might put on the back cover. And okay. So the envelope page is just going to be one single page with an envelope that will open up and you can put things in it. So we'll probably put maybe this on the top, this on the bottom of the envelope, and that should really be enough. Okay. Maybe I'll use this side. Okay, let's do it. As usual, I'm going to start with the base page with 110 pound. And I'm also going to make the envelope from the 110 because it's all there is on that page. So I took 2 sheets. Cut it 8 by 8. By 8. And the envelope will go all the way here and will cover about, I wanted to cover about half of the page. So this is the remnants that I have. And I guess that would make a good thing for the envelope to be here. Right there. Okay, so this is 4 inches. A little bit more than 4. So let's do it 4 1/4. 4 1/4 is 4 3/4 by 9. 4 3/4 by 9. But you know what? Maybe we will double score the envelope because I want it to be quite large. So we'll do 4 3/4. But we'll do it 5 by 9 1/4. Let's see, 5 by 9 1/4, and we're going to double score the envelope. So the envelope is a pocket, really. So let's double score at each side at 1/2 and 5/8, and 1/2 and 5/8, 1/2 and 5/8. Okay, I'm just going to go over it with my embossing tool. And I have 2 lines. I'm cutting it close to the second one, to the inner one. There you go. So this way my envelope is a little bit, has a little bit of room in there. So we can really put a lot of photos in there. It will sit high. Okay, good. So this is good. And now I want to do like a cover in there. So maybe we'll just cut the envelope here. And we'll give it a little triangle. I'm gonna open it up so that I can measure. ruler. Okay, just trying to think how deep I want this. I think over here it's pretty good. So this is marked at the 1 3/4 from here. Okay, so just find the center and mark it 1 3/4 of an inch and mark it with like that. And then we're going to cut it to the line. Oops. Here we go. All right, now we're going to do a cover. So the cover will be over here. So it's 1 1/2, 2, 3, 4, just about 4 1/2. Okay, we wanted about 4 1/2 by 8. Let's do 5 by 8, and I might trim it. I don't know. I'm not sure if I wanted 4 1/2 or 5. I'm gonna do 5, and I'm going to see. So 5 by 8, and I might trim it a little more. I'm not sure. And score it along the 5-inch. Double score. it'll sit like that somehow. Okay, open. Lovely. Okay, let's score our page. At the 8 5/8, at 1/2 inch, and at 5/8 of an inch. Double score. The last page we had the wing on the bottom, on the top, so I'm going to do this one on the bottom. I'm going to work this on the bottom. And the envelope will go here. Like that. And this will go here. Okay, quite simple. Now the question is, do I want this to be in a diagonal as well? And it will look a little bit more like an envelope if I do that. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm putting what. Okay, so we can use this to put on both sides. Put this on top. Okay, let's cut this in the center. So the center here is about at 4 inches. I want this to be 8. All right, well, it's cutting out those hinges a little bit, but I don't have a choice. gonna have to be about here. It's to be 7 7/8 at the maximum, probably even more. But it's centered. Yes, that's okay. This is the piece that I cut out from the envelope. So just now I am going to go over it and cut it with the blade. Why does it look like it's not centered? Just me. It's good. Okay. So I'm gonna leave this here. I might use it for something else. Yeah, because it's not centered, because it's crooked. Okay. This is the halfway point right there. I measured it wrong. It should be right there. Okay. We're going to correct it. Okay, now it's straight. These things happen. Okay. So like I said, I don't know if I want it to be angular or not. Yes, I do. Okay. So let's not make a mistake now. This is my halfway point right there. And I'm going to mark it here so that I have the exact diagonal point. Okay, I'm going to take this, turn it around, and cut it so now I know it's symmetrical. So now it really looks like an envelope. Okay. Lovely. So this, when I put it, I will put it a little further down, like over here. Okay, so this here. Okay, so I'm gonna trim this top part here where I have the writing. Just working with the pattern of the paper. This will go on the top. Envelope will go here. This will go under here to cover that hinge. This will be here. will go here. Okay, so maybe I'll do something interesting here. This is a crooked part. I can't really use it there. Let me see how much of this I can cut here. All right, so I can cut a decent piece. I just put it over just to see how, you know, because of this hole that I cut earlier, which you're not gonna have since we omitted this. We're not doing this. This will go here. Nice. Then I'm just piecing it together from the remnants that I have. Not a lot, but it's enough. Or you know what? I can actually put this on top. And this I can do on the bottom. Right there. Okay, so now I'm missing two triangles, one for the inside here and one for the inside here. Well, here I don't really need a triangle. A bit about 1, 2, 3.5 inches there. Let's do this. 3.5 for the inside. And this is 4.5. 3.5 by 7 5/8 and 4.5 by 7 5/8. It's going to be about 8, 7, and trim it at 7 5/8. 3.5 and 4.5. And I need one more for the top part. I think I need this to be at about 1/2 inch. No, even less. Over here. About 3/8. Let's ink it and put it together. Okay, so this slit here that I changed is 2 inches wide. Okay, so you mark 2 inches down from here and 4 inches from here. You can make it narrower if you want. Mine is a little deep just because of the error that I made, that I cut it crooked. Now for the closure, we're going to do a magnetic closure. And the question is, do I want to put it, do I want to put something that like a piece of die cut there? And I think I might want to do that. So before we glue it together, we're going to assemble it one more time and determine where we want the magnetic closure. And what am I missing? Oh, these two. And I have to cut one of my solid colors to fit the inside. I still have to do that. It's just easier to use this as a template rather than mark it. Okay, just making sure it's straight. Okay. I'm leaving about 1/8 of an inch distance here from the corner, from the edge. Hold it straight. Carefully not to move it. Okay, so I cut it all the way to the edge, but I left 1/8 of an inch here. So now when I move it to the left a little bit, I'm going to reveal the border. That's what I want. All right, let's start gluing things together. Okay. This goes on the inside of the cover. Oh, no, I still have to figure out the magnets. Sorry. I just said that we have to figure out the magnets, right? Didn't I just say that? Okay. Not even listening to myself. Which is not good. Alrighty. So this goes here. This is my cover. Let's see the die cuts that I have. I think I'm just going to use a plain simple one. Do a clock around like a button. Can do a tag like that, which is always good, and it'll cover the corner. I like that. And we can do the lady, of course. But I think I'm going to leave the lady for the cover. Can do that. I like this. Okay, so if I'm going to do this here, I might put the magnet right there. I'll put the magnet right here. Right there. Okay, so let's put this one first. Oh, it opened again. You see this? Something is not right with this bottle. Oh. pressed it. Okay. Okay. Let me just emphasize here a little bit. Okay. It's good. This will go here. I'm going to cut a piece of black cardstock to match my tag, my little die cut tag. Where's my scissors? glue this on. Okay, just making sure it's straight. Put my magnet there. Cover. Okay, now I can do this. Okay. I'm not going to put this yet because I don't know where my magnet will fall, but probably somewhere here. Should be right there in the center, at the center here. Just making sure it's even. Okay, getting my corners. Okay. Okay, we can put the top now. And this will go here. Somewhere here. All right, I'm going to put the pocket first. Attach this all the way to the bottom. I can't really squish it too much. Okay. I'm gonna do the top of the envelope. aligned with my magnet. Now this will go here inside. Carefully. Pretty, 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 pretty. Okay, I have this strip. I can either put it on top or here. Or nothing. You don't have to go anywhere. So maybe I'll put it on top. Yo, I finished a lot of my die cuts already. That's crazy. We have this thing. This will actually go really nice in here, like that. Okay, we'll do this. There is in all artists a little of the vagabond. This is true. This is true. Okay, I'm going to cut a photo mat that will be 1, 2, 3, 4.5, 5, 4 3/4. How is that? Compromise. Compromise. And by 7 1/4. There we go. Okay, I'm just trying to see. I'm going to take the cover of the 8x8 and cut out this piece right there. Before I do that, I want to do the corners. Just a smidgen. Yeah, almost forgot. Now we're good. A cute little thing, but we'll just give it a little bit more shadow there behind him. We found you the perfect spot. Isn't it cute? Woohoo. Okay, this page is done. Yay! Last page is finished. Does it look a little crooked to you? It does, doesn't it? Goes up a little. So I'm gonna have to fix it. And I'm not sure how. All right. Maybe it's just how it's folding. Okay. Let's put them together. So this is the previous page. We have to put this together with this one. Okay, let it dry. And we'll put these two together. All right, so we're gonna go take a break, let the pages dry, and I'm gonna prepare um, for to make the binder, the cover, and put it together. Okay, I'll be back. I'm gonna need some chipboards. Bookbinding tape, and I think that's all we need. We need some. I need to clear my desk. Okay, that will take 2 seconds. Just a second. We'll do the cover. Okay. So this is the chipboard that I'm using. It's really, really heavy and you can't really bend it. It's really, really heavy. Heavy as far as thickness goes. Okay, so we're going to need 2 pieces that are 8.5 by 8.5. Okay, now for the spine, the good old spine. Let's see how we determine what is the thickness of the spine. Usually hold it together. Kind of loosely. And all right, so I can get away with 3, but then it'll be tight. If I really want to go wild, I'll do a 3.5. 3.5 will leave a lot of room. All right, so let's do 3.5. Let's do this at 3.5. Three and a half by 8. Okay, that's good. Okay. So I have 2 pieces of the 8 by 8 on both sides, and I have the 3.5 by 8 in the center. And we're going to be putting them together like that with, we need a distance of a smidgen over a 1/4 inch, because the chipboard that I'm using is, it's quite thick. It's about 1/8 of an inch thick. So I needed a little more than double the width. Will be something like that. Okay, so to make it just easy and make it straight when I put it together, it's a good idea to use something that is that gives it a contra, you see. Make it so you can hold it straight together, and you can use an L-shape ruler if you have, or you can use your scoreboard, whatever you have. All right, so let's take our bookbinding tape. And I'm going to take 8.5. That's, I don't know, 16, 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 8 over here. All right, I think this should be good. 18. So it gives me a little more, so I have a little room. So it needs to go double around. And this is a 2-inch one that I don't really need the whole 2 inches. I can cut it in half. That's good. Okay, so it has an adhesive back. Take that adhesive part out. And we're going to tape together Okay, great. This will stay on it pretty strong. So now you can bend it as much as you want. Bends easier, easy, and it's not gonna be ripping. To the other side now, same thing. Don't move. Awesome. Okay. Let's grab some 65-pound paper, cardstock. Start at the center. So I need 3. Right? 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put them together. Take some tape. Okay, and now we'll do the other side. Great. So I have the seam here closer and the seam here a little further. And the one that's a little further, I think I'll use for the back side. Yeah. Okay. So this will be for the inside. All right, let's start gluing the hell out of this thing. Okay, so I'm going to use a lot of tape. And I'm taping it as close as possible to the edges, first of all. And I'm not taping over the grooves. This is one area you don't want to have any glue on, because then you'll bend it and it'll get stuck and glued together, right? Okay, so I'm taping this close possible to my bookbinding tape, and over the tape I'm going to put regular glue. Okay. Okay, make sure that glue is tightly on there. You don't want any air bubbles. Okay. Start taking the tape off. And I usually start from the side opposite because I'm right-handed. So I start at the left side. I'm just saying I don't know who's online right now because I'm not really looking at the screen with comments. But to all of you who are online, hello. Okay. And this part I have to do really quick because this glue dries very fast. So I'm just putting a little bit over the exposed areas. Okay. Okay, take a minute to adhere it well. Use whatever means you have. Okay, so now as you're going over it, you're going to find your edges. Okay, and just work that paper a little bit. You see how it's bending nicely? All right. So I'm going to go over the edges with my score tool. Awesome. Now let's trim the corners, and we want to leave from this edge to where you're cutting a minimum of 1/4 inch. I do it a little bit more than 1/4 inch just for good measures. Okay. And go ahead and start bending the paper. Give it definition. So that then after, when you put the glue on, paper, when you fold it, it'll fold easy because you already have creases there where it's supposed to bend. Okay, let's put glue here. And where is my tape? Okay. Again, I'm going to tape as close as possible to the edges. Okay, and also here. But I'm going to stop short at the line where it's going to go over my bookbinding tape. Yay, okay. Okay, we're going to start doing the two long sides first. Okay. just putting some regular glue now, a little bit. Start at the center and from outside in. All right. Now the edges. We want to go ahead and fold it. So we press it down like that. I'll try to move it so this is more centered. Okay, we're pressing it down and then we fold it from the outside in. See how it's folded? And then we'll fold the whole thing. So now I'm putting glue in the corners. Okay, so that's your corner. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, now just want to work those creases in. Yes. Okay, let's do the hinges. So I'll do the hinges with heavy cardstock. So remember, this is the 65 pound, and this is the heavy cardstock again, 110 pounds. And I have 3.5 inches, and I want the hinges themselves to be 1 inch, 1 inch tall with 3/4 of an inch in between. So I usually start in the center and make it from 2 pieces. Second thing is the height of my book is 8.5, but the pages are 8 inches. So these cannot exceed 8 inches. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do it at 7 7/8. So I'm going to trim it here at 7 7/8. Okay. And I'm going to start in the middle. Let's score them. And this time I'm going to do it from the left so that you'll see how I'm scoring it. I'm scoring it at 1 inch. I'm going to do double so that it will just fold better. I scored it at 1 inch. I'm turning it over. And I'll score this one at 1 3/4. Okay. No, actually, I didn't need to turn it around this time. Sorry, my mistake. The same side, 1 inch and 1 3/4. Okay, now I'm turning it over after I did 2 of them. And I'll score it at 2 3/4. Oh. And at 3 3/4. And I'm leaving it on the same side now at 4 1/2. Okay, so on this side, 1 inch and 1 3/4. Turn it around, score it at 2 3/4. Turn it around again and score it at 3 3/4 and at 4 1/2. So right now I have half the hinge here and 1 here. That's 2. And let's do 1 more. Let's do 1 more. Let's do at, okay, I turned it around. I'm going to do it at 5 1/2. Turn it around and do it at 6 1/4. Okay, so this is good. It's going to start folding it. So the first 2 will fold this way. The third will fold this way. The fourth this way. So that these 2 will be together. This is half a part of the following hinge. Okay. Again. Okay, so this is what I have. I have 2 full hinges and 1 half side of the hinge. And the reason I do it is I want a lot of leftover from the paper here, from the cardstock, to adhere it to the next page. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on this one. But this time I don't need 2 of them. I only need 1 more because I only need 4 hinges. So 1 inch and at 1 3/4. 1 and 1 3/4. I turn it over. 2 3/4. Turn it over. 3 3/4. And 4 1/2. Okay. So again, the first 2 are folded in the same direction. The third in opposite direction. The fourth in the opposite direction. And the fifth in the opposite direction. Here we go. Well, actually, I did not need to do this here. I didn't need to do the last one. I'm going to do it again, just so that I'll have it clean. Yeah, let's do it again. The last one was not necessary. Okay. 1 3/4, 2 3/4. And 3 3/4. And I think that's it. Just 4 score lines on this one. One 3/4. 2 3/4 and 3 3/4. Yeah, that's good. Okay, we're good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach these 2 together here. Oh, and I, 7 and 7 eighths. Okay. Okay, good. So these 2 hinges with it, they are 1 inch, and this is just a little crooked. Just 1 second. not straight. Over here it should be 1 inch. Yeah, a little correction on the first one. We do it at 1 inch, 1 3/4, 2 3/4, 3 3/4, 4 1/2, 5 1/2, and 6 1/2. The last one is at 6 1/2. Because the hinges are 1 inch. Okay, now we're good. Okay. Let's put some tape where I'm going to attach them together. All right, let's start with attaching those two hinges together. Oh, it kind of wrinkled on me. Let's put the tape in again. Okay. So where I'm gluing the hinges together, I have part of it with tape and part of it with regular glue. So now the two papers are glued together, and I have this here. Okay, I'm going to take this one off. This is my 1 inch and my 1 inch. Okay. This is 1 inch and 1 inch. Let's take the tape off here. And last one. Okay, so we have 4 hinges here, and we have plenty of room to put it here over. So because I like things symmetrical, I think I will trim this here to match this. So this is 4.5. I'm going to trim it here at 4.5, just to keep things symmetrical. There we go. I'm going to put tape here and lots of glue and glue this whole thing over the center, like that. The only place I don't want glue is where the hinges are, obviously. So let's mark where they are. I'm going to mark it with my score tool. Okay. And I'm going to put the tape all around. And this is where it goes inside the groove. Okay. Okay, let's remove the back of the tape. And I'm going to have a lot of tape on there, so when we place it over the area here, we have to be very careful. Okay, ready? You have to put a lot of glue. Oh, this is, sorry, this is where my groove is. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't want glue here. I want a lot of glue here. Okay. Okay, now gently go around. I'm just removing the excess. The glue will dry clear, so that's fine, but just removing the excess glue, which we don't really need. Okay. This is strong. This is really good on there. Okay. Now let's go over those grooves, and we're gonna have to push the paper in and just work it to break the fibers of the paper. You don't have to press too hard. Just do it over and over and over. And as you're doing it, you can start folding a little bit. Go ahead and move this up. Here we go. Same thing on the other side. Okay. Here we go. Now, if you want, you can put a piece of black paper here to cover. But we're going to cover it anyway when we're doing the cover pages. So, really not necessary to do this again. Okay, so over here, I'm going to put a pocket. I'm going to do 2 pockets there and or here, and then cover this with a base. Maybe we'll do the pocket here. So this way, if you're putting things that are a little long, you know, they can spill outside and won't get ruined. Well, if you do a pocket here, you're kind of restricted as to the side of the things that you can put in there. So we'll do the pocket over here. Again, I'm going to do this with heavy cardstock because it's going to be a big pocket. And let me see what the size of it here. 5 and 1, 2, 3.5. 3.5 is a good size. So for 3.5, I need 4 by 9.25. 4 by 9.25. Yes. But Ashley can use just one, because 8.5 cut in 2 is 4.25. Maybe we'll do it a little more than 9.25. I'm going to do 9 3/8. I did 9 3/8 by 4.25. And let's score it 3 ways. 1/2 inch on each side. Okay. I have to go over it with this because my score tool is a little blunt. Okay, and do this one. Again. 1/2 inch. Excellent. Trimming the edges where the two score lines meet. Perfect size. Look at that. Perfect. Okay. Oops. Sorry guys, I just moved my cursor. So I'm going to use this for the cover. So let's cut this at about 5 1/4. 5 1/4 by 8 3/8. Here, 5 1/4. Okay. So I have two parts that are 5 1/4 by 8 3/8 that will go here. And I'll put this over the pocket. And I have this left over. Okay, so do 3 1/2 by 8 3/8. I need this a little shorter. trim off another 1/4 inch. So 8 and an 1/8. 8 inches and an 1/8 of an inch. This will be good. Okay. Quite simple. I think I want the gray here, the brown here. Now, I bet everybody is wondering, what am I going to do for the cover? Cover is the fun part. So I have an idea of what I want to do for the cover. And what time is it now? It's 12 o'clock. So when I finish this here, I'm going to take a short break, have some lunch or something, and I'll come back and we'll do the cover probably around 1 o'clock. So we'll do the cover, and then we have some, maybe we'll do the tags. I don't know. Finish embellishing. Hi, Mary. I normally don't read comments when I'm working, but I just happened to look now. Hi. You love watching things being created. Thank you. We're almost at the end. We're at the last stretch now. Okay. And put the pocket over. So doing these big pockets are a good thing to do in large albums where, you know, you have some pages that you just know they're so pretty and you don't want to put photos in it. You just stick them in the pockets. And those big pockets can hold quite a few. or mementos. No? Okay, so this is one. Let's do the second one. Careful not to put it over the fold, right? Because then you'll not be able to fold the page. Okay, very good. So over here, I'm going to put some embellishment, and I don't know which yet. I think I'll decide on that when we finish the cover. Okay, so when I come back, what we're going to do is we're going to apply the pages, do the cover, the front cover and the back and the spine, and finish up. Okay, so I'll see you in just a little bit, you guys. Come back in about, I would say about 45 minutes or so. Okay, bye.